All right. Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Williamson County Board of Commissioners Board meeting. Today is December 15th, 2023. It's 9:06 a.m. Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Present.
Jim Marlowe.
Present.
Jim Racer.
Present.
In front of us today, we have our Paid Leave Act on old business. You guys had a chance to look this over. You like the policy? Any changes or comments you'd like to make?
This will bring us into compliance with regulations, correct?
Correct.
This should cover us for countywide policy. Is there a motion to accept this policy?
So move. Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yay.
Jim Racer.
Yay.
So let me ask you a question now about it.
No, just a second. Earthquake coverage and Hope Trust Board member. Those are carryover from the last meeting. We'll continue to carry those over. Let's talk about that. Comments or concerns? Okay. Moving on down the agenda, we have a resolution today for year-end appropriations transfer. You guys have a chance to take a look at this. If everything looks okay, so we'll make a motion to approve this resolution.
So move.
Resolution 23-12-15-121.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yay.
Jim Racer.
Yay.
No board appointments, water board appointments. Any other comment? Traps. Ashley, called you traps.
So,
Ashley, you had a comment about the pay rate?
yeah, so I guess now we need to figure out how are we supposed to show this on the individuals' pay stubs? How are we supposed to track this? Are they accruing it? And at what rate are they accruing it? Are we front loading it? What, now we gotta fix the back end stuff. Now that you got the act in place.
Right.
Well,
Well,
my assumption
have you
is,
seen
we
the
haven't,
policy?
I haven't seen it all.
let
So,
me hand this, let me give you this.
I mean, aren't we required to report this or provide documentation to the state that we're complying with this and if necessary or part of their audit? I'm asking you. Since you're aware of the law.
Just waiting for you to be done with the question as opposed to a multiple compound question that I can
That's where
answer
I'm-
yes or no. with
That's where I'm
one.
stopping at the moment, until you answer this part, and then we can proceed with.
Okay. So my understanding is we have to be able to show, if requested, that we have posted the policy and that we are providing the minimum requirements of the act required.
That's pretty vague.
How much more specific you would like. Even the Department of Labor says that they will give us the final details of the rule in April.
So are we just in a holding pattern until we get the final rule from the Department of Labor?
I mean, I can give you what I interpret things to be, but that's not going to hold any bit of water whatsoever. So the Illinois Department of Labor has basically said we're still trying to sort through what we believe this means and that we will update periodically. It's the craziest thing in the world that it's in place January 1, but that is what it is. And what's even crazier is Chicago passed an ordinance that postpones theirs until July 1. And I don't know how they did that or what authority they have to do that, but that's what they did.
So in this, does it state or determine if they're accruing it and at what hour?
It does.
It does in the first paragraph.
First paragraph, it talks about how it's done. Second, and then it has a use issue that talks about what you can ask and what you can't ask, which is basically nothing. But it also has your default language in there for you that states that if they don't use it, where it goes to. Because if they don't use it, then it's it gets converted to sick leave, and follows the existing accumulated sick leave policy, which basically means that it'll be eligible for IRA.
So we only work 35 hours a week. So technically they're gonna have to work 6 days to accrue 1 hour. In essence,
I mean,
can we, well.
what's happening with this is the intent of this policy for Williamson County is everybody receives 1 sick day per month.
Right.
Of those 12 sick days, 40 hours, so whether that be 84 or 96 hours, depending upon, you've got some non-union employees that work 40-hour work weeks. You've got some in the county that work 35. Okay, so depending upon whether they've got 84 hours of sick leave or whether they've got 96, 40 hours of that sick leave will be don't ask, don't tell, leave. All the remaining follows the normal sick. So there is no difference in the calculation that you need to do from your sick leave. Your sick leave 1 day a month will exceed
So current,
you will exceed the amount that you're supposed to give them, is what I'm saying. So there won't be any the only thing you need to keep track of is what they use. So whether they use a sick day or whether they use, we didn't tell you, we're gonna be gone, but we're not telling you why. And they get 40 hours of, we're gonna be gone and I'm not telling you why. And the rest of them, if they say sick, and then it has default language that if they don't tell you, then if they don't tell you that they're using a sick day, then you consider it that they're using a P-law day.
so we need to have a P-law line and a sick, or is it like incumbent, because it's all gonna fall back on my office, because we're the ones that have to supply the unexcused absences and the compensated balances to the auditor. So who is going to be tracking that? And then who is going to be documenting it? I mean, is that a each office holder? And we already have the issue with the sheriff office not giving us anything. And I don't know moving forward if there's going to be other offices that don't comply with.
Technically, under the statute, as you probably know, any elected official is responsible for the internal operations of their office. So whether that deal's reached with, hey, will the treasurer's office keep these? Will the clerk's office keep these? I don't know. That's in-house communication that somebody's got to figure out here. I'm just telling you how the policy works is there shouldn't be any difference in how things are operated here, with the exception of when they utilize their sick leave for a day. If they don't say, I'm out because I'm sick today, that would qualify it as sick leave. If they just say, I'm not coming in today, the biggest thing is everybody's going to say, well, why? They don't have to tell you why. So that's my biggest fear, is that somebody's going to continually ask. And that's the purpose of this.
Well, I mean, are you allowed to ask if they haven't accrued that amount of time? I mean, if you're, so you're accruing, you got 1 day that you've accrued over the course of 3 months. And then all of a sudden you say, I want to take a second PLA day, and it's within the office holder's right to say you haven't accrued enough, or you can only take 3 hours and under PLA and the other 4 have to be sick.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
There are some provisions in here too that, where it could be, in what I understand.
Yeah.
There are certain conditions, if it
Who's
hindered
keeping
county
who's keeping the
effectiveness or.
sick days now? Who turns that into you guys?
Well, I mean, an individual in each office.
Each office has a person who turns in time.
Yeah.
So
So their time that they turn in, but then you have some offices that give all their benefit time at the beginning of the year, either through contract or. I mean,
well, this
through
doesn't
choice.
cover anybody that's in a collective bargaining.
And then you got other ones that accrue it.
So I might-
Throughout.
So this is just,
Today, this only applies to you and a couple of officers.
just non-union
Just non-union.
employees. This doesn't touch any part of the collective bargaining.
Everybody else is exempt from it until the next.
But it's all non-union employees in any office, right? I mean, I know
Right.
like mine is completely non-union, Amanda's is completely non-union, Terry's is completely non-union, but then there's
But it'd
other.
be like Travis. It would-
That was a question I was gonna have.
Yeah, because I mean, you got, Yvonne or.
You got
Yvonne's
Yvonne.
not. And then, I mean,
Well,
like
then you
circuit
got the
clerk's
two,
office.
He's got, doesn't he have two other people down there?
Who?
Travis, or are they both union? I
No,
thought he had-
Robin is union.
But I thought he had another guy. that was-
He
He's
has
got
a
somebody in the
couple
office,
He's
yeah.
got-
Office guys.
He's got two office guys. Yeah, there's like assistants.
Probably three or four, probably including
Yeah.
Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's those types of people.
The circuit clerk, I think
The shi-
currently has one,
I think two.
one that's part-time.
I think two.
Corner, no, or
Two.
corner.
Well,
She's
you got
union.
Rachel and you've got,
Well, I wasn't
Sanaa.
thinking about,
are both non-union.
right,
So both of those would be covered.
you what? No,
You got the
Not
sheriff,
more.
you got the sheriff's
They
department,
she's in this
okay,
Probably is.
state's attorney's office.
and you got the sheriff's department that's gonna have jail administrator, all of those people that are not part of the collective bargaining agreement. So. But it sounds like the office holders currently turn the time into you.
Well, they do, but I mean, we have it labeled, so there's personal time, sick time, vacation time, and they.
We'll have to add a category.
So that's what it
Yeah,
gives, so we need to
you
add
have to-
PLA category, and then basically we're gonna have to make it
With
where
sick,
it's accruing at
where-
1 hour for every 40 hours submitted.
for part-time for sure.
And that was where I was gonna go. What about these part-time people, like, you say it doesn't cover, anybody at the union. Travis will have 5 or 6 every year who are part-time,
Part-time.
temporary, full-time, actually.
Right.
So
Or
does
summer
that
help.
affect them?
So what they do is they will get their time, they earn it at 1 hour per 40 hours worked. And then if they can't use it for the first 90 days, and then if they're no longer here after the 90 days and get rehired within 12 months, then all of that time gets reinstated.
So I mean,
Track of.
yeah. So I have temporary seasonal people in my office.
You
Yeah,
rehire,
Well, one.
We do it every year.
Yeah, I rehire the same people I'm like.
then
So
they will,
they're gonna be
they will get some,
carrying that burden.
And that's covered in this also.
that's covered in the policy.
Okay.
okay, there's instructions there.
Yep.
Yeah, but all the way down to how the mechanics will work in your
I think
office.
it's on the back of the page.
I mean, if you have to add an account, you have to add an account, you have to add a line, you have to add a line.
We just want, I mean, is every office gonna get this? I know it only pertains to certain ones, but I mean, there are the outliers and a lot of. So they know, I mean, how they.
We have to post it's part of the law.
Policy is gonna be posted.
Well, I know, we post a lot of things that people don't read around here. Let's just be realistic.
This
So-
we sent out to every office holder.
Right.
After this meeting, I'll have Stephanie send it out to every office holder.
I'm just stating
You need
facts.
some Christmas cheer this morning.
I'm just stating facts, man. I mean,
we didn't write
sorry.
this law, actually.
I know,
We just
and I'm not-
have a policy that's gonna cover it.
we're trying,
And I understand
it's a
there's gonna
typical
be
state of
some issues that
Illinois
you're gonna have to
process.
do And take care of. We can't answer every single question. There's
I
gonna
know.
have to be communication between you and the other office holders.
That's fine.
And I get you're salty about this policy, but we didn't make this policy, we didn't make this law, but we are trying to get a policy that will cover it.
It's just a typical state, throw it out there and figure it out later. And I honestly, as the treasurer and as the payroll person, I get really tired of fixing crap because nobody has any forethought. So yes, I am freaking salty. So I've said my piece. We'll get it figured out just like we do everything else. Not throwing it on you guys because you're just doing what's been handed down. But it's the same crap over and over, just a different way. So. I'm done.
You know?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Does anybody have anything to add that might be a little less salty? Anything else you guys like to talk about? You got anything else you need to say?
Not today.
Okay.
I have budget stuff to go over, but I'll move some stuff around and then present that to you. Later.
Okay. All right. If that's it, let's, a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Jim Atkinson,
Okay.
Jim Marlowe,
Yeah.
Jim Rice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ashley. We're all a little salty over this.